Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is Ryan, and this is the Unreal World. And we are back today at the Spirit Quest Resurrected series with Athena of the Owl Tribe, her two dogs, Tiny and Starvy. No, I'm sorry, that's not the name. Let's see here. But we have arrived at this location. This is hopefully going to be the spot of our first cabin here. So I spent a really long time searching for one of these nice little alder groves that was next to a water source, and this is what I ended up finding. It was tough too, because as you can see, I've explored a pretty decent portion of the map down here to the south, and like I said, this was the one location I found out of every spot that we looked at. But there's a couple different options that one that I initially went with, which was down here, but I changed my mind. As I've stressed before, it's important to pick a place you like. So this is what I like, and we are here now. I've brought everything with me. We've got all the important stuff. We got all our food and stuff. There's a few things that I've loaded up on the dogs. So everything we own that is valuable to us in the whole world is right here. Now, what we're going to need to do, first of all, she's very tired, so I'm probably going to try and sleep a little bit. Let's just see. Yeah, but I figured we're getting into the springtime. We're on day one of the last week before summer season, so we are kind of officially in spring, late winter, early spring. It's still pretty cold, but it's warming up, and we're getting a lot of rain. So first things first, let's find a good spot for a shelter. It's not super important where I place this first shelter. It's just going to be, I need it to be somewhere convenient that I can just like make a straight line, run to the water line. That's always helpful, I think. So I'll probably put it somewhere like right here-ish. But first, we're going to need a few things. So let me drop off. I got like I said, I'm carrying a bunch of extra weight that I don't really need. So I'm going to drop a bunch of this junk, and then we'll get ourselves a little shelter, probably have some shut-eye, and then we need to make a run to one of the civilizations, one of the cultures nearby, and hire a bunch of people, because I would like to chop down some trees now. Like I said, we're going to start to hopefully get to work on our cabin. So I'm not doing it alone either. I'm not going to put in all the work by myself. We're going to get a nice little labor force over here. I don't know exactly how many people, but I'm probably shooting for like 6 to 8 different people. We're going to get it all done in one shot. Alrighty, well, I've got the shelter set up, and I dropped basically everything I did need into the shelter. Now, it's still pretty snowy on the ground. If we take a look, yeah, we can see there's knee-deep snow all around us. So I've still got my skis on, and they are still helping us quite a bit. But like I said, first things first, we need to go hire some people. So let's take a quick look at the map, just zoom out. Now, I could head over here to the yellow culture, the Koivula, who I've been visiting quite a bit. But I think I'm going to make the trip over to the Remi culture, because we haven't, unlocked any of their territory, opened it up, or explored it. So we head over here. It's probably good just to introduce ourselves to a new culture. As I recall, the Remi are a fairly wealthy culture. Obviously not the most wealthy. I would say the Drick are the most wealthy culture, but that's just in my experience. Now, still got to remember to rest because we are on these skis. But whoops, wrong button. There we go. Okay, so now we're in their cultural boundaries. I just got to start searching for the first village we can find. All right, here we are, and I actually found two little structures here, two little villages, I should say, but we haven't explored either of them yet, so we just walked in. Let's see if there's anybody here that has any quests. No, the first person you talk to typically will tell you if there's a quest giver in the village, but knowing that the sages are almost a no in terms, like always a no in terms of hiring out, I'll still try it. Let's see, and I think it's two. Yeah, the sages almost never agree to go with you. I think I have hired a sage before, but it's probably the case that I was like really friendly with the village or something. But like I said, we're going to go through, and let's do H2. Nope, can't leave from here. No big deal. They do have a lot of guys here, though. So now, and again, I've mentioned in the past, when you're hiring people, you want to kind of look at them first. I forgot to do that too. So let's see, what is he carrying around? See, he doesn't have an axe on him. So really, I'm just looking for guys with axes. Let's see, knife, leather cord, hunting knife, staff, fox. No. Unfortunately, and really, that's just because we're looking for a labor force. I'm not trying to find a fighting force or anything like that. I just need some people to help me chop down trees and then turn those tree trunks into logs. So I might end up having to go back to the Koivula culture or even venture farther into the Remi culture. Just kind of depends. But like I said, now these old men typically don't have anything on them, just a small knife there. Let's see, what's this guy? Oh, that's one of the boys. All right, so unfortunately this village doesn't seem like a good option. No, I'm not seeing any more adult males here that we haven't already introduced ourselves to yet. So, well, that's just the luck of the draw. We will push on to the next nearest town. And yes, I did ask them if they have any dogs or animals for sale, and unfortunately they don't. So normally when I find a village, that's the first thing I do is see if they've got animals, and then I'll put a marker on the map for future reference. But let's check this one out here. Come into the village, and let's just introduce ourselves, not to the dog, introduce ourselves to the first person, see if there's, we can talk to the lady, that's fine. See if there's a quest giver. Nope, not yet. All right, so like I said, I'm going to look at some of these guys standing around. Let's see, hunting knife, hunting bow. Well, this guy's pretty well outfitted. He's got a ton of arrows on him, but no axe. So what about this guy in the brown stuff? Woodsman's axe, perfect. Come on, buddy. We need you. Well, oh, I've got a tree right in front of me trying to walk through the tree. So excited to finally find somebody with an axe on him. So I'm going to introduce myself. Hey, all right. So he's willing to come with us. Very good. It's usually not that hard to find people who are willing, even if you're a stranger to the village. Sometimes it's kind of tough if they don't have a lot of population, but these folks seem to be doing okay. So let me see here. Oh, you know what? I forgot to ask about the dog too. Look at this one. He's like a dark gray color almost. He's got a slightly different color than our dog does. I like that. Hopefully we can purchase him. But let's ask the lady here. You got any animals for sale? A dog. Nice, nice, nice. I don't think we're going to purchase him right away. But like I said, I will mark that here so we remember. Very good. All right, let's go down here. Just take a look around. See what this guy's got on him. Crossbow, pawboard. Oh, woodsman's axe. Beautiful. All right, it's kind of creepy that we walk into a village and the first thing we just do is start checking out the guys. But hey, we're just trying to find a good labor force. That's all, I promise. All right, not interested. Dang it. He's feeling the creepy vibes for sure. Oh, man, check it out. Check it out. There's a bear right there. Ooh, I've been looking to kill a bear too. I just want to get the fur and the skull and stuff and the teeth. Man, is there two of them there? I think there might be a baby with it. Female and a bear cub. Yep, yep, yep. And some bear droppings. Wow. So I've still only located 2 people to be with me here. I've only got 2 companions, but it's still good enough. I'm going to go ahead, and I really want to attack this bear. I don't know. Pretty far from our shelter, but I think it'll be okay. Let's go ahead and do it. I'm already here. Let's choose a target, not the bear. And I was thinking too, I'm going to probably have to just go with 2 or 3 people instead of the 6 to 8 that I originally wanted. I think I was a little bit too optimistic about how many people would have an axe on them. But here we can see that our companions are now actively attacking. Let's zoom in a little bit. The bears are attacking too. Let's see. I do hope that our companions don't get killed here. Oh man, they're so brutal. That's one thing I've discovered in my recent playthroughs is just how effective these companions can be at fighting. Oh. Okay, one of them just dropped. I'm not even getting involved, as you can see. Now, if worse comes to worse and they both get killed here, then, well, for one thing, I'm just going to pick up their axes and give them to the next people that we hire. But we will, of course, have 2 dogs here to help us out. So I think we're going to be okay, though. Let's see. Strikes hard to its neck. Okay, the bear's unconscious. Blood gushes out. Nice. Oh, I think we did it. I think we got both of them. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and tie up the dogs so they don't end up eating the carcasses. And I should be able to just pick up the baby cub. There we go. Let's go ahead and rest for a minute. And I will skin it and butcher it, and we're taking it home. This being the case, I think we're just going to go ahead and head straight home. Let me look at my companions, though. Okay, he's not injured. Oh, he is suffering serious bite and upper arm bruise. He'll be fine. He's limping, but he's going to be okay. Now, yeah, just two people. It's still going to be a pretty decent amount of labor, so I'm not really worried that like I won't have enough tree trunks. And if worse comes to worse, we can always just go hire some more. But this was a pretty good find, and having these guys do the killing for us makes it so much safer. Oh my God. Well, that was quite a trek there. She was barely able to sleep the entire time because it was raining pretty much constantly, and she is loaded down with stuff too. So we've got the two skins here, one big one, one little one. I got the both bear skulls. I'm going to drop these, but we are going to use these for the bear skull ritual here shortly. I just got to get some of this weight off me. And I'm going to move over to the water's edge real quick, and I'm going to drop these skins. We're going to work on these, but I just don't have enough space, so I want to start dropping some stuff. Also, I'm going to talk to my people now that we're here at our location. We're going to start basically just constantly ordering them to cut down trees. And they did already speak to me once and tell me that they're going to be leaving soon. So, well, not soon. They're going to be leaving in like 3 days, is basically what they said. So we do have them for a little while longer. And like I said, if worst case, we can just go hire a few more people. And it would probably be smart to go to the Koivula tribe this time, because I've already got a bunch of their villages already explored. So like if I can't find people right away with axes, I don't have to waste time, searching for new villages. But anyway, we won't worry about that now. So I'm going to drop the bear cuts. All right, so she is extremely tired. I'm going to tie the dogs up, and it's time for bed. She's going to go to sleep, but then we've got a lot of work to do here with this the bear furs and stuff, so that's going to be pretty important. They both tied up? Okay, yeah, they're good. So yeah, it's time for a nice long sleep. First one she's had in like 4 days. Okay, well, as you can see, they woke me up to tell me that they're going to be leaving in 2 days. At least this guy did. So, not a big deal. Like I say, as long as we keep them constantly busy felling trees, hopefully we'll have a nice little start for our cabin. I really don't know how big I want this cabin just now, but oh, you know what? I think did I not bring any cordage with me? Oh, crap. I think I left all my cordage back at the old place. Well, honestly, I wouldn't have been able to carry it anyway because I had like 90 pounds of it, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world because it is still pretty cold out here, so I'm not super worried about this meat going bad. And I'll just have to cut down some saplings and stuff. Oh, look, he's telling me he's going to leave in 2 days. All right, buddy. Thanks for the update. Now go work. Oh man, look at that. So the bear cuts have started to turn. They are now stale, which is obviously one stage before rotten. But luckily they're not full. Oh, I better drop those again. But luckily they're not bad yet. We can still dry these. I hope we can dry them considering it's getting warmer outside. That's probably why they went stale so quickly, but it's not the end of the world even if we were to lose the meat. I'm trying to avoid that, but still, like I say, we've got plenty of food. And these guys are super annoying, but they're constantly coming up to me asking me what to do. Just figure it out. Cut down some trees. But all right, let's grab these now. And somehow I lost one of the pieces of fat, the smaller piece of fat. I thought I had both of them, but I think one of the dogs might have eaten it at some point. I'm not sure, but all right, I hope I've got enough cordage here. I'm definitely going to have to spend a little bit of time after we finish off with these bears just going through and getting a bunch of saplings cut down for the cordage. But, oh, look who's back. Here we go. Let's order these guys one more time. It's a lot of commands to order your companions around, but it's definitely worth it. No doubt about that. All right, so this is going to be my priority now, at least until we run out of cordage. And there we go. In fact, one of the bear furs, the smaller bear fur, lost. I can't remember if it started out harsh or not, but it is now apparently lost a little bit of its integrity or whatever, its quality. But again, not the end of the world. All right, there you go. These guys, oh my God, look at this. Uh, it's going to be worth it though. Once we zoom out and we see just how many trees they've cut down, I have a feeling it's definitely going to be pleasing. Okay, well, I have now zoomed out, as you can see, and I am observing our two gentlemen here at work. And to be honest, I'm a little disappointed. I was hoping I'd see a heck of a lot more logs here, but no, it's okay. If we follow the tree line, you can see they've actually come all the way down over here, and they've been cutting trees as far as this area. For some reason, they like to be by the lakeside, I guess, but no, this will be a good start for us. Again, I'm not quite sure just how big and ambitious I want to get with this first cabin. Typically what I do is we'll start with something really small so we can start smoking right away, like as soon as possible. But to be honest, we've got so much meat right now, I could probably make it through the entire summer just with the dried meat we've got. And yes, I did get all of the bear meat dried too, even though it's not going to be the best quality stuff. That's another good like 150. Oh, I'm sorry, it'll be like 15 pounds of dried meat once it's completely done. But that's a good amount. Plus, I've got like how much? I've got 2 pounds here, another 4.8 pounds here, and there's a bunch in my shelter still. So in other words, we're going to be okay. I might get a little bit ambitious for our first cabin and just do something. I like to have a nice large cabin so we can store everything inside. Because normally what I do is I'll go raiding villages after I've built a little nice home base or taken over a home base, and I just fill it with all the loot that we get. But check it out. So these guys want me to pay them early, which I'm not going to do. I've explained in the past why I don't do that. Typically, I like to wait until they're fully completed and they're about ready to leave. That way we can just pay them once, and I don't have to like pay them a little bit now and then pay them again at the end because we've had them do more work in the meantime. So hope that makes sense. But they're not done. These guys are still chopping down trees for me. And yeah, we're definitely going to have to go back. Oh, I got this tree trunk under me. So we're definitely going to have to go back and hire some more people at some point because, like I said, I want them to also help me trim these logs or tree trunks and turn them into logs, which is what we'll use. And another thing, I almost forgot, but we've got another axe on order. So let's see here. The axe was placed 37 days ago? That's not right. Well, I guess it is kind of right. Yeah, because I placed that order before we traveled north and found the treasure and all that stuff. So I placed that order and then I literally like traveled up north and did all this exploring and stuff. So yeah, 37 days probably is right. But hope he's not too pissed. It's taken me that long. But hey, it's been 37 days. He's just going to have to wait a little bit longer because we're not quite done. You can see the rinsed bear skin will be ready by evening. The cured bear skin will be ready tomorrow. That's the small one, the cured bear skin. It's just a little piece. And since I ran out of fat, I was like, well, I'll just cure it and preserve it until it gets warmer and I can start peeling bark off some of these trees here. In fact, let's try that. Oh, look, I can peel the bark already. Awesome. I was thinking it'd be still a little bit too cold, but that's very helpful. So, of course, if you run out of fat, you can use certain kinds of bark. Not all bark will work, but the alder and rowan bark, that definitely works. So that's another nice little benefit of setting up your base in one of these rowan groves like this or alder groves, because you basically got unlimited tanning materials and you can use the fat to feed your dogs or eat for yourself, whatever you want to do with it. Okay, well, I tell you what, peeling that bark off the tree got me to thinking maybe it is warm enough now to actually dig a cellar. And I haven't tried yet, so we're going to find out together, but I did get everything I need here. So we got 6 boards, 6 slender trunks, and 10 stones. That is what we need to build a cellar, and let's try it. Hey, look at that. All right, excellent. Of course, it's going to take her a couple tries. She's not the worst at building, if we take a look at her skills real quick. Yeah, she's an amateur, though, so it is actually one of her worst skills, but she seems to do okay building shelters. Look at these 2 creeps standing right behind me. All right, you weirdos, get to work here. They're still here. They're still working. See, this is why I don't pay them, because once they want that first initial payment, there's still a lot of labor for them to do, so I feel like they'd probably ask for even more. But now we can just continue our paused, whoops, BP. There we go. Continue our paused struck. There it is. All right. So we've got ourselves a cellar now. And of course, that's going to be very helpful for the summertime. Uh-oh. He's talking to me. You know what that means? They're going to be leaving soon. It's time for me to go back. Just a few more things to make me happy. All right. They're both wanting food now. Let's see. Do I have some? Yeah, I've got about 100 loose cuts. So let's go ahead and pay these guys off real quick. Deliver an item. And it's probably going to be pretty expensive. Let me just see. I'm just going to throw this whole stack of 48 at this guy. All right, he's okay. I probably should have done that in increments. I might have overpaid him a little bit, but you know what? Honestly, I don't care. That's okay. Now, this one I might do a little bit less. Let's see. I have something for you, buddy. Let's do 25. No, hit the wrong button. All right, we'll do 25. Just a few more things. How about 10 more? There we go. Okay, so he's good. Yeah, and I definitely want to pay these two guys because, again, we got these folks. We hired them from one of our closest neighbors. So we might end up going back there and hiring some new people at some point. And it's always good to pay your debts. Otherwise, the people won't come back with you. So now I think the next job, I'm going to move all my meat real quick. I've got some still in this shelter over here. So... yeah, I've got 347 dried elk guts here. I'm also going to grab the flour and the grains too. I don't know if that's really that important. Are you still wanting... What are you doing here, buddy? Are you still wanting some stuff? Did I not pay him enough? Did I misread it? Except, oh no, he's just standing there. Okay, anyway. So let's drop this. Yeah, and I don't know if like the grain and the flour benefit from being in the cellar like this, but just for the ease of like keeping everything together, all our food in one place. Normally what I do actually, if I'm going to plan on staying in a place for long term, like I think I do here, I'll build two cellars, usually right next to each other, and one of them is for meat, and the other one would be for like berries or bags of grain and stuff that I happen to pick up, or medicinal herbs. And again, just for convenience sake, so I don't have to sort through a huge list trying to find, you know, a couple of flowers here or there. But anyway, I think the next step is to probably grab the dogs. We're going to grab these bear skulls too, and I'll show you why here if you're unfamiliar. We're going to grab those real quick. I've got a little bit of food on me. What we're going to... Oh, you know what? I should probably take some of my skins too, some of my completed fur. Oh, that reminds me. Crap, I didn't finish the bear fur yet. Oh, I hope it didn't go bad. I left it sit there for a little while longer. Forgot all about it. Rinsed bear fur. Okay, so that one's fine. The cured bear fur, we don't have to worry about that now. It'll be fine just sitting there. But I do need to finish the bear skin. And then we're going to take a few more trading items, and we're going to go pick up that axe that is like 40 days overdue. Okay, I finished the bear fur, and I've got a few extra skins on me, including some of the superior lynx furs. Yeah, we got those. That was a treasure cache that we found. So if you're just tuning into the series, by the way, for the first time, I recommend you check out the last couple episodes because we had a pretty good time trying to discover that hidden treasure, and we were lucky too. There's a link in the description to the playlist too, by the way, so check that out. But regardless, we are going to go trade for our axe now, but we've got to take care of these bear skulls. So if we come to our spells and magic means page, you'll see the bear skull right. And I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think every time you create a character, there's a couple of basic spell and magic means you get. One is the general sacrifice. All characters get that. And I'm pretty sure everybody knows the bear skull right as well. But essentially what this says is after the bear is brought down, its skull eventually needs to be placed to hang in a big lone pine tree. That completes the hunting and burial ceremony and assures proper circulation of the bear spirit. Now, one thing we could do before doing that, we are going to go do that shortly with both of these skulls, but if you hit the A button, the action or apply button, whatever you want to call it, and then select a bear skull, you can actually, as long as you have a knife, you can actually remove the teeth. Okay, and now if we look, it didn't hurt the skull. I should still have two skulls. Yep, totally fine. And now we've got a handful of bear teeth. We got 4 bear teeth with us. And I don't know if I actually have that ritual or not. Mittens for bear hunting. No, so there's another like little informational like ritual or whatever you want to call it here that tells you if you carry around bear teeth with you, you have better luck like hunting rabbits and stuff like that. So we will keep those in our pocket. It's a very small amount of weight, just zero point 0.7 ounces, so it's not a lot. And hey, if it helps us with our hunting, then it's definitely worth it. But with that being said, let's jump out to the main world map here. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Now, it's not super critical where we do this skull ritual, but what I like to do is I go to a marsh, an open area like this. Oh, this is a plains area. Now, this is part of that village that's next to us. We built our shelter right next to a village, which is totally fine. It's just I went to a wrong kind of tile. So we want to go to one of these pine mires, or yeah, this is a pine mire. And now we find a nice lone pine tree. Actually, there's two of them here, so that's pretty perfect. So you can see we've got, if I zoom in a little bit, we've got a pine tree here, and we got a nice full-grown pine tree right here. You don't want to do these small ones because the ritual does actually specify a large, oops, it does actually specify that. It says in a big lone pine tree. So in my mind, that means a fully grown pine tree. Now, anyway, so what I'm going to do in order to complete this, there's probably a couple ways you can do this, but I'm going to actually wield a bear skull. We're going to put that in our hand, essentially. Now I'm going to throw it, just like you would a javelin or a stone or something. So the bear skull that's in my hand right here, I'm going to target at the tree. Boom, and it says you gracefully hang the bear skull in the pine. So there you go. And we're going to do that with this one too, right next to there. So both, if you thought it was sad that we had to kill the bear cub along with the mother, well, now you know that for eternity, these two will be next to each other, resting in these trees. There we go. And we will toss that one into the little skull right there. Gracefully hang it in the pine tree. Very nice. And you can actually see him there. How cute. Okay, so I just arrived at the blacksmith village and something interesting happened. One of these villagers actually walked right up to me and started talking. They initiated the conversation. They say, "Where have you been hiding yourself? Now, may I ask you, Athena, have you tried trapping birds around here lately?" "No, not really." Now, is it because you don't think it's worth the trouble anymore that the winged prey would disappear from your traps too? Your snares remain empty. Well, a fox might snatch a bird from a trap. No, it's just that this doesn't concern or interest me at all. Now, what exactly are you trying to say? Let's ask him that. The thing is that there's a creature more cunning than a fox around here that keeps stealing birds, at least from my traps. This is a quest. Awesome. Okay, well, that's what you say, but I don't know. Now, wait, you think there's a bird thief? Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I have been trapping birds quite successfully for a long time, but lately I started to find my snares emptied consistently. Somebody keeps stealing my winged prey. Have you investigated it further? Only enough to be sure it's two-legged thief in question. I've found footprints and feathers by the triggered snares, but never any bloodscapes to indicate the birds being taken by animals. If you need to see it for yourself, you can visit my latest trapping site. It's the usual site there, and it wasn't the first time at all. Now I don't have the nerve to continue trapping until the thief is revealed. Any idea who the thief might be? No idea. Maybe one of us, maybe someone from neighboring villages. I don't suspect anyone specifically, but I certainly want the thief to be revealed in a righteous manner. But if I go asking around, I fear it might cause bad blood amongst the neighborhood. I understand, but what can you do? There's a way, but it's a bit complicated. There are spells for revealing bird thieves. You know, old bird hunters around here must know some of those, but it is awkward for me to approach my fellow villagers in this matter. Okay, spells, you say? I heard spells just to make bird thieves confess. I just fear it would draw too much attention if I go asking instructions or performing spells on my own. This needs to be judged by a spell if there's only a fair woman to do it on my behalf. Well, that's us, baby. All right, then let me help you. That would be a noble deed. I already do have a hunch about who you could talk to. Our friend the sage might know spells for the purpose, but it may be different story to get him to speak. I'll lay low for now and hope that you'll learn what to do and how it takes. Oh, and visit my last trapping site if you need to examine the tracks of the theft. Your last trapping site? It's the usual site there, and it wasn't the first time at all. My last trapping site lies in the northwest from here, just a couple of miles away at the border location. Oh, great. We're going to have to try and find this. I hope we don't have to find it. Maybe we should, though. I abandoned it right after discovery. Maybe it'll locate it on my map specifically. We'll see. All right, so I can't thank you enough. Good luck. All right, sweet. So we got ourselves a brand new quest, guys. That's pretty cool. This is one I've never seen before. So we're getting into those quests that I'm totally unfamiliar with, which is cool. That's the whole point of the series, guys. That's why I call it the Spirit Quest series, because we're trying to get in good with the spirit realm as well as the mortal realm. So speaking of which, let me do a little sacrifice. All right, so first things first, I do need to go find the blacksmith and pick up my order, and then I'm going to put an order in for something else, maybe some arrowheads or something, but I'm going to keep this blacksmith busy, even if it takes me 40 days to come pick up my orders. But, well, we've had a long and very eventful episode today, so I hope you guys enjoyed this one. We're still on our way, though, so tune in for the next one. Hit that like button if you're enjoying the series. Subscribe to the channel, guys, and I will see you all on the next episode.